It is said that there is another world hidden beyond the mirror, which we often never see, or it is right in front of our eyes but we cannot see it. Grandma used to say that behind the mirror world lies the home of unsatisfied souls. But how true is this, or is it just a story we heard in childhood? As a child, Grandma used to say, "Never sleep in front of an open mirror at night. If an unsatisfied soul sees you at night, it will possess you or take you to that world with it." As a child, I used to be terrified by these words of Grandma. But as I grew up, I saw nothing but superstition and childish stories in everything she said. Today, as I was talking to my husband while moving into our new house, I remembered Grandma's words. "Cheyenne, don't you feel like something is incomplete in this house?" Incomplete, what? The mirror? I built a new house, and there's no mirror in it. I want to buy an antique mirror. I've heard Banjara Market sells some of the best antiques. Let's go there today. Okay, madam. As you wish. Armand went to Banjara Market with Cheyenne. The entire market was filled with beautiful antiques. Armand looked at mirrors in numerous shops, but she couldn't find the mirror she wanted anywhere. "Oh, dear, I heard everything here is really nice, but the mirror I want isn't available anywhere." Armand had just said this when a nomadic woman suddenly stood in front of her. "I need a mirror, girl. Come with me. We have such a beautiful mirror. You'll love it the moment you see it." "Oh, you've been thinking about it." Armand and Cheyenne accompanied the Banjara woman to her shop. But the atmosphere there was different. Inside the shop, there were dim lights and a strange smell of incense. "Are you feeling strange here?" "Hey, I lit an incense stick a little while ago, and that's what caused this smoke." "Look, girl, here's your mirror. How beautiful you are." "It's a beautiful mirror. I wanted a mirror just like this. I'm my darling, girl. And I kept this mirror safe for you." "What do you mean by kept it safe for me?" "This is the first time I've met you. You don't even know me. You don't need to meet to know everything, girl. And what I mean is that I kept this mirror safe for a girl whose family is about to have happiness. Just by looking at your belly, I knew there was a little life growing inside you. When my mother-in-law was about to have a child, my mother-in-law gave it to me, and when my daughter was about to have a child, she gave it to her. But that poor woman died before she could give birth. Now, if there's someone in this world, you're proud of it, so take it." "No, I don't want it." "Come on, Cheyenne, let's go ahead." "Oh, what's wrong, girl?" "Take it. I haven't even had a good time since morning. I'll be doing you a great favor, girl." "Okay, fine. Give it to you." She didn't feel like taking Armand mirror, but she bought it to appease the nomadic woman. But a little uneasy filled her mind. She didn't do any more shopping at Banjara Market and went straight home. "How am I going to carry such a big mirror upstairs, friend? I'm afraid it might break." "No, let it be. You put it in the storeroom downstairs. We'll put it upstairs later." "What, friend? You were complaining all morning that there wasn't a mirror upstairs, and now that it's here, you're saying to put it in the storeroom." "Okay, as you wish." Cheyenne put the mirror downstairs. Armand went to the first floor with Cheyenne. But her mind kept going back to the mirror. The words nomadic woman had said kept replaying in her mind. "I was wandering around the bar." "Hey, what happened? Where did you get lost? Didn't you find that gypsy woman's words strange, Cheyenne?" I mean, how did she find out I was pregnant? And her daughter's story? Oh, there's nothing to think about, Armand. Old women often know everything just by looking at them. And as for her daughter's story, when she saw you pregnant, she shared her grief with you. I have to leave for office early tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep. Cheyenne consoled Armand and went to sleep. But Armand wasn't ready to accept those words. Somehow, she fell asleep late that night. In the morning, the sun's rays fell on her face, and she opened her eyes. But the moment she opened, she was terrified. The mirror was placed right in front of her bed. But in the mirror, she saw someone's shadow. As if someone had peered at her from inside the mirror. And then disappeared, running away. She turned off the light. Cheyenne. Hey, what happened, Armand? Why are you so nervous? Why are you screaming like that? How did this mirror get here? I opened my eyes and looked in the mirror in front of me, and it felt as if someone was looking at me from the other side. And then it disappeared somewhere. If you look in the mirror in the morning, you're bound to get confused. And I brought this mirror upstairs because the rats are creating havoc in the storeroom downstairs. They broke the lamp you had kept in the store. To prevent it from breaking the mirror, I brought it upstairs with Shumbo. And now that you're up, please make me breakfast. Armand prepared breakfast for Cheyenne. A little while later, Cheyenne left for office. After bathing, Armand went to light the lamp in the temple. But despite her best efforts, it wouldn't light. Why isn't this lamp burning? Armand struck a match again. But this time, the camphor in the temple caught fire, and the wooden temple also caught fire. Armand doused the flames with water, but half the temple was already burned. I don't know what's been going on since yesterday. Suddenly, the temple burned down. My head hurts so much. I'll go inside and take a painkiller. Before Armand could go in, she heard a voice inside, as if a small child was running around in the room. She quickly went to the room and opened the door, and it felt as if a shadow ran from near her bed and disappeared into the mirror. Armand stood in front of the mirror. She felt scared, but still looked at it carefully. For some reason, she felt as if the mirror was trying to say something. Seeing it, she remembered what her grandmother had said, there must be someone's house on the other side of this mirror. Saying this, Armand touched the mirror. There was a strange mark on the top right of the mirror. As soon as Armand's hand touched the mark, Armand felt a powerful shock. Armand held her head and lay back on the bed. She was in her 3rd month of pregnancy. That night, she received a call from Cheyenne. Hello, ARMANSH, the bus drivers have gone on strike here, and no cabs are willing to come here. I think I'll have to stay here tonight. Please make arrangements. Okay. Armand was already scared, but she didn't show it to Cheyenne. She covered herself with a sheet and lay down on her bed, closing her eyes. It was 12 o'clock midnight, but she hadn't fallen asleep yet. After a while, she dozed off. But then she heard a whisper, as if a small child was coming towards her, singing a rhyme in a terrifying voice, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are." Just then, her eyes fell on the mirror, and the terrifying scene inside sent shivers down her spine. A very, very deep voice appeared in the mirror. A terrifying little child appeared to her. He twisted his own neck with his hands and, clutching his own, started toward Armand. Fear drenched Armand's entire body in sweat. She screamed loudly and turned on the room lights, but they wouldn't come on. Armand looked at the AC. It was off too. Apparently, the lights had gone out, and Grandma was right. You should never keep a mirror in front of your bed. I'll move it away. It's giving me all sorts of strange hallucinations. Armand got up from her bed and went to the mirror. She grabbed it with both hands and tried to move it away. But the mirror wouldn't budge, as if it itself didn't want to leave her bed. Armand tried 2 or 3 times, but suddenly, a powerful lightning struck the sky, and as the light fell on the mirror, the sight inside it terrified Armand. The mirror reflected a badly injured woman, pregnant, her face covered with a veil, and a child whose entire body was riddled with wounds and whose clothes were soaked in blood. But when Armand looked closely, the child's head was missing. It was holding its head in its hands, smiling horribly. Just then, lightning struck again, and this time, the mirror was illuminated, revealing nothing inside. Armand breathed a sigh of relief. But when she turned back, the same woman and her decapitated child stood before her. Armand was terrified and screamed loudly, but there was no one to help her. The 2 men grabbed Armand's hand tightly. Armand struggled to save herself and began screaming loudly. Then, the woman lifted Armand by the neck with her hand and threw her away. Suddenly, they both vanished from Armand's sight, disappearing into the mirror. Armand threw the vase she was holding at the mirror. It shattered and fell to the ground, but the mirror was unharmed. This terrified Armand even more. She huddled in a corner of the room, crying. Just then, there was a knock on the door. Armand, open the gate. Hearing Cheyenne's voice, Armand calmed down a bit. Armand ran out to open the door. But someone grabbed her legs from behind and threw her on her stomach. Armand screamed loudly, Armand, what happened to you? Armand tried desperately to free herself from the hand, but the hand held her leg with its claws. When Armand mustered up courage and moved forward, it tore at the flesh of her leg. But, holding her stomach, she quickly ran out of the room. Her leg was bleeding. She went out and opened the door, but Cheyenne wasn't there. Look, Cheyenne. You're hiding to scare me, right? Then please don't do this. Come out in front of me. Armand called out Cheyenne's name over and over. But there was no one there. Armand didn't dare go back into the room. She called Cheyenne from the landline. Hello. You just got home, right, Cheyenne? You were knocking on the door, weren't you? Where are you? What? I told you last evening that there's a bus strike, so I can't come home. What? Then who was knocking on the door and speaking in your voice? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Armand heard that terrified child's voice again, and the call suddenly disconnected. Hello, Cheyenne. Inside, Armand's phone rang. But she didn't want to go in. Despite her reluctance, her feet automatically moved toward the room. She tried hard to stop herself, but she couldn't. She couldn't resist. She went into the room. As soon as she entered, the door closed automatically, and the child's terrified voice echoed in the room. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Armand looked around and saw the same headless child in the mirror, holding his neck in his hands, humming this poem. What have I done to you? Why are you after me? As soon as Armand said this, a loud scream echoed through the room. But it wasn't the child's, but the woman's. The child stood in front of Armand and dragged her to the mirror. Inside the mirror was the same injured woman, veiled. As soon as she removed the veil, Armand's life froze in her throat. The woman standing on the other side of the mirror bore an exact resemblance to the nomadic woman who had sent her the mirror. You look exactly like the woman who sent me this mirror. What is all this happening to me? Remember that night in Manaknagar, when you drove drunk and killed a woman and her child? It was me. You hit me. You brutally killed my 5-year-old child. You crushed him under your car. A tiny life was growing in your womb. You killed him too. From that day until today, my mother was searching for you. And look, you found my mother and brought me home with your own hands. My mother saw you when you were running away, and since that day, she has been waiting for you. The nomadic woman is running to her pregnant daughter and grandson who were in an accident. The child's head is severed from his body. She saw Armand's face. But Armand ran away. She killed her grandson. But don't worry, my child. I won't let anything happen to you. The nomadic woman's grandson was already dead. But she quickly called an ambulance for her daughter and her unborn child. But by the time the ambulance arrived, her daughter had also died. The nomadic woman brought their bodies to her home. Such a mountain of grief had fallen upon her that she couldn't hold back her tears. Who else in this world has killed you but you? You killed your children, you killed your grandson. You even killed the child growing in your womb. But I won't let him live. I'll take my revenge on him myself, girl. If I get him once, I'll ruin his life. The nomadic woman's daughter and grandson had died prematurely, so they couldn't be freed even if they wanted to. So, before their funeral, the nomadic woman used black magic to imprison their souls within a mirror. She had seen Armand's face. She drew a picture of her face with her own hands and, using tantric rituals, summoned her to herself. Armand didn't go to Banjara market on her own, but Banjara himself orchestrated it. By now, you must have understood everything. I'll take my revenge today. You killed the child who was with us, didn't you? So, the child who was with you today will also go with us. No, I apologize. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. As soon as Armand said this, the terrified woman and child's shrieks were heard from the other side of the mirror. They both screamed so loudly that the glass of the window in the room shattered on the floor. Their screams were so intense that Armand couldn't bear it, and blood started gushing from her ears. It was as if the nerves in her brain had ruptured. Armand collapsed instantly. Then, with a loud noise, the mirror shattered into pieces, and after a while, with those final screams, everything went completely silent.